Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we have a lot of internet upstorming coming out over here when it comes to Spider-Man 2, where a lot of folks are claiming the game is so absolutely buggy, unplayable, trash, garbage, whatever it might go and be, and we've kind of been seeing a lot more people kind of reflecting that on the review score too as well for the game. Now, as you guys probably know, the review score did a pretty good, solid bump up when it first came out. We had a very, very nice solid in the 90s, depending on which news source or article or YouTuber or Twitter account or even streamer that you guys may have had a chance to see. But now the reviews have been going down, we've been seeing a lot more bugs and issues, and people are getting upset. And there's also been like a really kind of big viral post as well that has over 50 million views as of the second. You guys may have seen, although in my defense, I was at TwitchCon, don't mind me, that is also causing a pretty big storm as well. So for all this stuff, make sure you guys give me your thoughts and comments throughout the video, and of course, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We got that Twitter and Twitch stream down below if you guys want to follow up on either side. Of course, we do have our channel still being sponsored by Best Buy, and the how links down below for all the Theragun links, so check those on out if you guys would like, and let's dive on into the video itself. So first and foremost, I'm sure you guys have seen Spider-Man 2 has come out. I was talking about it yesterday because I was basically coming back from TwitchCon, so I was doing a little bit of con travel, that I have not had a chance to check out the game so far, which makes me very sad because a lot of folks have said the game is great, awesome, fantastic, and worth the playthrough, but right now there's been a lot more game-breaking bugs that are causing people to go and be, well, pretty upset with everything. Now, we're going to go and highlight a few big ones. Number one is on the bug, but also as well when it comes to more so the drama of the game itself being limited. So let me go first and foremost talk about the limited side because it's a little bit more of, I think, an entertaining topic. So if you guys have seen, we've been seeing some posts over here going kind of pretty viral when it comes to Spider-Man itself. Now, Spider-Man is looking like a phenomenal game, and well, they have this. This right here, I'm sure you guys have probably seen, where it's a clip of Spider-Man basically being like, hey, yo, can't go in the subway, and that's about it. So people are getting a little bit kind of on the complaint side of thinking the game itself is like too limited, not expansive, and well, like they're kind of just complaining about like what's the point of this in the first place. Now this is a weird one because I'm one of those folks that I had the mindset of I'm literally playing a Spider-Man game. I literally want to be Spider-Man. I want to use my Spider-Man powers, and I want to go and web sling across the entire city, and that is just a satisfying feeling. I don't know what it is about the games, or how the style, or maybe just visuals, or I don't know, maybe humans just really wish they could fly, whatever it might be. But the dopamine hits in these types of games are sick. Like, I love the idea of just kind of slinging on throughout New York City, slinging on throughout, well, everywhere. Like, this is like what I like to see. It's a good experience. And this post over here kind of highlights kind of a weird thing in gaming, where the whole point of the game is, like I said, to be Spider-Man. And a lot of folks either kind of got it. Like, I feel like that was an overall, like, general public consensus. That's like, bro, why do you even want to consider taking the subway? Like, how is this supposed to be fun? Like, if you literally could use the subway in a Spider-Man game, guess what? You're just going to go and, like, sit down on a random seat, and then you go and wait. Maybe fast travel may be kind of fun using the subway. I don't know, but just also kind of defeats the purpose. Lore-wise, video-wise, everything-wise, it just doesn't make any sense at all. And this was kind of going and getting a lot of attention up here on Twitter, where people are kind of upset as well. I don't know. It's a very strange thing just to go and have a chance to see. So, like, basically be like, you can't even take the subway over here. What's going on? You can't go buy pizza. You can't go to Coney Island. But a lot of folks are kind of just all over the place saying where it's like, it's kind of like weird too as well. I think it doesn't matter. Like, we've had a lot of folks out here have a similar, I guess, opinion when it comes to all the reposts for it, where a lot of folks are saying, like, hey, man, like, who cares? Like, I'm literally Spider-Man. Like, the whole point is to be Spider-Man, kind of what I was trying to say over here, but that doesn't necessarily take away from a lot of the glitches. Now, a lot of folks have been kind of sad about Spider-Man as a whole, because it's a little bit of a buggier, messy type game. From what I've seen, and I've seen also a lot of other people too as well, not my opinion, haven't checked it out yet, we'll do it very soon, but it kind of seems like the game itself is a solid AAA game. Now, if you look at like a Bethesda, I had game issues all the time on Starfield. You look at other various games as well, such as even like Halo Infinite. That game, I had a lot of issues on the open world stuff. And I think at this point in day and age, like, I don't want to excuse it, typically Sony does have a pretty consistent vibe of being a very good, solid-based game, but yeah, like, I think at the end of the day, I think it's fine, as long as the bugs are not too bad. Although some folks have been complaining about the fact that some of these are like game-breaking bugs for them. Like, don't mind the Twitter quality, but there's been issues like this, where this person's over here trying to go and do the same exact mission 3 different times, and then everything keeps on getting soft-locked. Like, everything keeps on, like, just saying that there's, like, issues, like, there's just stuff. Like, he literally cannot go and progress the story mission on the thing, because guess what? The characters are not, like, they're just like soft lock. They're not, you can see the game. And now these have been popping up a little bit more than expected. Granted though, if you have millions upon millions of people too as well that are there, like, guess what? Like, playing the game, like, it's gonna have issues regardless, but I think the jank has been a little bit higher than expected, because I don't really expect to see so many games, well, being like this. I'm not really expecting so many things to exist like this. You know, it's a really, really weird thing for me, especially for a Sony game, especially a Spider-Man game. Because when I played Spider-Man 1 and Miles Morales, I never really had that many issues in the game. Like issues like this soft logging, or people getting like clipped throughout buildings, or being stuck inside of random stuff. Like, I don't think that was a very, very common thing for my entire playthrough. And like, there's even like funny comments over here where it's like, hey, guess what? Didn't play like this in the showcase. Like, it's kind of a sad thing to go and see. Now, as well, we've also seen even more too as well, because like people are calling this out. Like, people are like, here, this post has quite a few different, like 260,000 views. I'm gonna say this one time: the people making excuses for SM2 being a buggy mess is absurd. You same people nitpick Xbox games to high hell. At Spider-Man 2 is an embarrassing state. I heard dudes criticizing blades of grass in a Forza game, zooming in on trees. So, like, basically, Spider-Man 2 is a 6 or a 7. Now, I think this is some hot takes. Because, I mean, number one, I haven't played the game. I don't think I'm allowed to have, like, kind of like my take on this so far. But, like, a lot of folks out here have been kind of calling it out. Like, here's a good example over here for this glitch, where, like, he just looks like he's stuck on a literal train. I never saw this many issues on the prior Spider-Man game, and I think the fact that there's so many people bringing this up, talking about it, highlighting this stuff, or even putting it on tweets or YouTube videos, is kind of somewhat of a concerning factor. Because, I mean, I've seen people who have had basically zero issues, or if they had any other issues, they're more so claiming that the issues they had were fun, that they were enjoyable. Like, it's goofy, like old school Skyrim glitches, if you guys remember that, where, like, it's funny, or, like, you're enjoying this. Like, this to me, if I'm not on a mission or like something important in the game where I could fast travel out or whatever, like this to me, that's like fun. Like, this is like a funny thing to go and see. Now, if this is like an every now and then thing, well, yeah, I would not like that if the game was like this 24/7. But like me seeing Spider-Man falling off to the random, like, I don't know, Matrix opposite abyss, that's funny to me. Like, that's hilarious. And it kind of seems like the game itself does go and kind of get like I don't know, you go and like lose the area, you respawn, you keep like continuing through the game. It doesn't seem like the world's worst thing. This is technically game breaking. In all honesty, like, this glitch in theory is technically game breaking, because it is. Like, you basically cannot move, you can't move your character, you're literally stuck inside of a train, and you end up falling out throughout the abyss. Now, the one nice thing is, because a lot of these games have such nice autosave features, it's game breaking to the point where, like, it's more of a game crashing issue. But I would still round this up to game breaking. Like, these game breaking bugs are causing issues when it comes to the game itself. Now, let alone the subway drama, that's whatever, that's fine. I think that's mute. Some of these bigger issues, though, do kind of lead into, well, big issues. Like, I think a lot of folks are not necessarily like assuming, like, they want to have a good game. If you're gonna be spending $70 in a game, you want to make sure it's a nice, proper game that people care about, they want to enjoy. Now, I am one of those people who kind of take these things in stride. As long as the game itself is running good, working good, feeling good, and vibing good, I'm okay with it. But it does kind of seem like a lot more folks are getting more upset on the fact of, like, the, I don't know, everything in between of Xbox and PlayStation back and forth. Like, there's a few video topics I could probably make on this one. I'm almost going to make a few more and kind of talk about it, because it's kind of nuts. It's really nice to go and see, and I think it's a very good, valid topic point as well, because Spider-Man is one of those games that should have good reception. People should be happy with, and this is getting a lot of sales, and it's going to be a big PlayStation, well, headliner. Like, there's going to be brand new consoles with Spider-Man, with bundles. There is literally the Spider-Man, like, actual, like, plastic covers. The Spider-Man game should be one of the best-selling games this holiday season, and it already is doing very well in its fourth quarter. So I do kind of feel like some people do need to kind of take a highlight into these, well, issues, because this, like I said, you're getting soft locked, you literally have your character die, and you come back. Now, once again, though, as you guys can keep on seeing, like, you just kind of respawn. Like, it's not the biggest deal. Like, if anything, probably maybe worst case 20, 30 minutes if you're, like, really deep into a mission, if there's a game-breaking bug, if even that. Like, if you have to soft lock it that hard. And thankfully, a lot of games nowadays kind of have the way to protect yourself from that. Like I said, you have an autosave that kind of reload really quick. If you die in the game, you kind of come back in a pretty easy spot. Like, that's okay. Like, I think it's 100% A-okay. But the part two of that is, like I said, like, it's not really acceptable for a big AAA game to be like this. Like, some people are sad, like, people are upset, people spent money on this, and we're even having articles and stuff bringing up the fact of, like, hey, this might be a real problem. Have you had bugs? Have you had issues? And even kind of just scrolling through some of these. It's crashed on me. I've had a few, but nothing major. Just had to do a manual save. Had a few bugs. Nothing that broke my game or progress. It's called Spider-Man. I shot to see bugs in the game. Nothing me so far, and very minor. So people are being played with bugs. They are. but it doesn't seem like they're game-breaking as is, or like I said, they're kind of smaller bugs where it's not really, destroying stuff too much. So I want to hear your thoughts and comments on this because it is kind of a big subject, and I just want to know what you guys think. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have the Twitter and Twitch stream down below in case you guys want to follow. We have also the HOL links for all the Theragun promotions we've been talking about too as well, so check those out at #ad. And of course, as well, I appreciate y'all so much for watching here in the first place.